Hey everyone, I am Brian Sampson from Dunking with Wolves coming at you with another Brian's Breakdown. I'm deep into the film here in the Timberwolves Thunder game last night where Andrew Wiggins banked in a three at the buzzer to take home the victory, which was a huge win for the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to be looking deep into the film here in my film room, or in other words, what my roommate might call this, my kitchen. And we're going to see what are the big plays that set it up on both ends of the floor in order for the Timberwolves to take home the victory last night. So let's get started. This first play I'm going to break down comes off of a Carmelo Anthony miss of all things, and it's a play that Minnesota really likes to run coming off their secondary transition offense. And it's just a simple little side pick and roll, and it opens up a lot of things. On this play, after Towns sets the ball screen for Jeff Teague, he pops to the three-point line and gets a wide open three-point shot. And even though he misses this attempt, it really opens up the floor and opens up the spacing for a lot of different options for the Timberwolves. It usually leaves Teague some space there to work on the side, and if he's able to get a little penetration, weak side corner three opens up as well. So it's just a little thing that to look forward for in Timberwolves games that they do when they come off of a little secondary transition like that. This next play I want to highlight is a gorgeous design by Tom Thibodeau. It starts with Jeff Teague bringing the ball up and Towns trailing on the other side to his left. Teague then receives a ball screen at the top of the key by Taj Gibson, and at the same time he's doing that, Towns is running through and completing an L cut, while Jimmy Butler is setting a pin down screen that gets Towns open for a corner three. This play is just beautiful design with lots of action going on, and it's a great setup. And the craziest thing about it is how many big men, especially 7-foot centers, run that L cut off of the pin down screen and can drain the corner three like that. That's just ridiculous and unfair, and the Timberwolves are lucky to have the offensive talent of Karl Anthony Towns. Defensively, however, is a whole nother question. I have no idea what Towns is doing on this play, and this highlights so many of his deficits on the defensive end of the court. It starts with the ball screen set by Towns' man Jeremy Grant on Tyus Jones, who's guarding Raymond Felton. Towns neither helps on the ball screen nor recovers to his man, and so as Felton's able to get deep into the lane, he pump fakes with a simple jump stop. Towns slightly leaves his feet, which then allows Raymond Felton to actually make a very gorgeous pass to Jeremy Grant on the other side of the lane, who's not being covered by Towns. And then Towns inexplicably removes himself from the play by jumping at an awful shot fake and taking himself completely out of the play, allowing Jeremy Grant to throw down the easy dunk for 2 points. Russell Westbrook was a beast for the Thunder down the stretch, at one point scoring 10 straight points late in the fourth quarter, and it all started with this long-ass three-point shot from the top of the key where he just drained it right over Jimmy Butler. On the very next possession for the Thunder, they come out and set up a little horns action where Steven Adams and Paul George are set up in the horns format on the top of the key, and Westbrook can choose to go either way for the ball screen. He chooses to go towards Steven Adams' way, and even though Adams doesn't even set a ball screen on Butler, it allows Westbrook to use his great speed and athleticism and hit the floor running. He's able to attack Towns' outside shoulder, which is exactly what you're taught to do in that situation, and he gets in there for the easy layup, at least for his standards, the easy layup and 2 points. Once again, the Thunder come back to the pick and roll, this time with Russell Westbrook stepping up and hitting the three-point shot. As you can see, Steven Adams steps in and sets the ball screen onto Jimmy Butler. After a simple dribble by Westbrook to his right, he realizes that Towns is still below the three-point line and moving backwards, so he quickly rises and fires and knocks down the three-point shot. This was a huge make for the Thunder as it kept him in the ball game late as time was running out, and it's hard to put blame on Towns, but obviously Thibs is not happy with the drop coverage that he instituted on that play. With just under a minute to play and the Timberwolves leading by 3, the Thunder desperately needed a bucket, and this was a beautifully designed play by Billy Donovan and the Thunder. It starts with the down screen from Paul George onto Karl Anthony Towns. Steven Adams then comes to the top of the key and sets a ball screen onto Jimmy Butler. After that, Westbrook is able to attack the lane with Towns wildly out of position. No surprise there. But the big play comes then when Paul George comes back to set another back screen onto Steven Adams' man. So he sets it onto Towns, which normally would open up the lane even more. Wiggins actually does a really good job of reading this play and is in great defensive position to make a play. However, Westbrook is one of the best finishers in the game for a reason, and he's able to go up and over Wiggins for 2 points. The last clutch shot hit by Russell Westbrook, at least, came with about 30 seconds left to play in the game, and the Timberwolves only leading by 3. There's not much to break down on this play. It's a simple pick and roll. Steven Adams comes up to set another ball screen onto Jimmy Butler, and Karl Anthony Towns employs the drop coverage like he has. And obviously, this was not the coverage Thibodeau was looking for, because as soon as the ball goes in the hoop, he immediately throws his hands up in the air and looks at Towns. Luckily for Minnesota, they had a few clutch shots left in them as well. This play comes with under 30 seconds, and you can see Jamal Crawford comes back into the game for this set. The execution and the play design are nothing special. However, what really sticks out to me is the patience shown by each of Wiggins, Towns, and Butler. Wiggins gets the ball at the top of the key, and right here as he's attacking, he could easily go to the basket, but he pulls up and waits, which is a smart thing considering how much time is left on the clock. As he pulls it back out, Towns then comes up to set a ball screen onto Wiggins' man. As Towns is setting the screen, Wiggins looks to navigate to the hoop. However, Steven Adams plays some really good pick and roll defense, so Wiggins smartly dumps it out to Butler in the corner, who then tries to attack middle, but is cut off by Roberson. Butler then drops it back off to Towns, who pump fakes and just gets by his man in order to throw up a floater, which happens to get a nice fortuitous bounce and goes in the hoop for the Timberwolves as they take a lead with under 10 seconds left to go. This clutch shot by Carmelo Anthony to give the Thunder the lead with 5 seconds left was a decently designed play. After setting a back screen, Westbrook gets a screen from Adams. Westbrook then catches the ball at the top of the key. The key to this whole play was letting the Thunder's playmakers go ahead and make a play, which is what happened. As Westbrook catches the ball, Butler is in decent guarding position. However, he goes and he fakes a dribble handoff to Paul George, which gives Jimmy Butler hesitation for just a second. Taj Gibson then has to step up and guard Westbrook from attacking the paint, which leaves Carmelo Anthony open, who then calmly drains the three. Luckily, that wasn't all she wrote, as after a moment of confusion, the Timberwolves are able to find Andrew Wiggins, who cuts back to Taj Gibson, and Wiggins takes the ball immediately up court and gets a great ball screen by Karl Anthony Towns. Wiggins then gets to his hot spot on the floor, which he should shoot from there more often, and drains the three. I heard him call bank. Towns said that he called game, whichever. It worked out in the Timberwolves' favor as they took home the victory. Wraps up another Brian's breakdown. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There's a lot of great action there at the end of the game, and I tried to capture as many of those plays as possible. Despite the Timberwolves nearly blowing a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter, this was an awesome game for them to come back and win. It's their second straight close victory, and they're now 2-1 heading into a home game against the Indiana Pacers on Tuesday night. This definitely are not your older brother or sister's Timberwolves, as they're showing the ability to win these close games in the end. Make sure to follow Dunking with Wolves on Twitter at DunkingWolvesFS, and you can follow me, Brian Sampson, one of the co-experts for the site on Twitter, at Brian Sampson NBA. We'll hope to see you guys next time.